Perfect. Let's get started. I hope you're all feeling all right as well and ready to have fun with AI and discover a few things that may help you for you, your personal life, your business maybe as well. And we are here as well if we can use tools and leverage AI, as I mentioned before, to give more values in people's life and help ourselves, but give more values in people's lives as well. And that we are here for, and use your voice as well, because AI is a fantastic assistant. So we're going to see we have just a few minutes here together. So I try to put together as much as I can to really give you a great overview, whether you already know a bit of it or not, so that you can discover new things as well. So let's go. Are you ready? So just a very quick point here of history. AI is not born on November 2022. Not at all. I know ChatGPT has been made public and therefore the public is using it, but it has been there for years. Actually, the first specification of AI was in 1950. And then you may, if you like chess, you may remember of Kasparov, who has been beaten by a machine. And that was a big news actually about AI. And then there have been a lot of progress in 2000, 2010 as well. I actually work myself and I studied AI. I was studied as an engineer. I worked on research paper on optimization on this content and as well on like how to facilitate it, automate diagnostic for hospital and so on, already at this time in 2000. So, and actually GPT-1 was in 2017, and now we are at GPT-4. And a lot of different AI have evolved as well. You know, Tesla, they have AI in their vehicle, virtual assistant, language translation, DeepL use AI as well. So it's really not new and it's everywhere already. And actually, we know now that, for example, ChatGPT, you know, like the bot that we use with a conversational bot that a lot of people are using already, ChatGPT already passed medical exam, bar exam, and also wrote an MBA final exam as well, and a lot more contests and exam as well. They're really ahead. I just wanted to share this MIT studies as well that's interesting, and what can AI give us. Here it was made on like professional who were graduated from the MIT University working in different fields like HR, consulting, marketing, and so on. And they were given a task to write task with or without ChatGPT, and they were all beginners. And what happened is that they increased their productivity a lot. They were much quicker from 27 minutes to 17, and their grades were also much higher. And I've also found other studies in the workplace showing that actually employees were actually happier and having fun using ChatGPT. So something to think about. And here, actually, you know, you may just start and discover ChatGPT, AI, GPT, and it's just about, you know, as we begin everything, we do surfing, you know, some people around you maybe do surfing or other sport. We all have started as beginners. And sometimes we just have to practice, play with it and have fun. And at one point we get into the wind. And when the wave are coming, when the wave of AI will come, we will be ready and surf the wave. Okay, and have fun with that. So I like this metaphor here. So I want to give you an overview first of what exists as chatbot, and we will go deeper onto that with clear example as well. So the one you know the most, ChatGPT. ChatGPT from OpenAI, you can have it by this address. If some of you who have already tested ChatGPT, I see a lot of hand raised right here. Some people who have not started yet, you just need to go to this website and have a look and just have a conversation with an assistant, an AI assistant, ask any question you want. And the knowledge cutoff for ChatGPT is September 2021, but we'll find solution for that as well. We have Google Bard as well. It's a bit different. It has internet access. And actually here I asked him, what are the events for this month in my city? And he gave me the event for this month because he has access to the internet. It can also get information, it can also get information about like, you know, a picture. Actually, it can recognize a picture. Like, for example, you recognize the cathedral of my city just by giving the picture. So that's quite amazing as well. That here it is. I just give the picture and you say, this city is this cathedral. That's quite amazing. So that is Google Board. And it can actually speak as well. You may see the Mac on the side here. You can actually respond and speak with you. The third one is Bing from Microsoft. This is based on OpenAI, so the first one, and also has web search and current data access. So for example, I ask him what the weather like in Chiclana tomorrow in my city, and it's just sunny, whatever. But it has access to current data. And what is great is that it will specify the source when you find the information. And that is really important, knowing if you want to really check the information and make sure the AI is not hallucinating. It can make visual search as well. And the fourth one is Claude AI. So that's really the four main chatbot that exist nowadays. Claude AI is growing nowadays. It has a cutoff in early this year. And the main advantage of Claude is that it can really take a lot of data. So it can take a really, really large prompt. We call it a prompt, the information that we give when we ask the question. It can take a lot of data, about 75 words. That is to say that you can give him a PDF and actually a lot of documents, a lot of PDF, and he will read them all and summarize them for you if you want. So that's something specific for Claude. So you see, not only ChatGPT, but for different use, you may consider the other. I can say that ChatGPT is kind of better in general, but when you want to have access on the internet and analyze things, you may consider the other as well. For mobile version, you can look at Cora. So Cora is the one that you're finding on a mobile here. And I like it because I can actually have different chatbots together in just one app. So you may install Cora here. You just search for Cora, POE. And Perplexity AI as well. You can just search for it on the Google Play or Play Store. And now ChatGPT app is not only available on iPhone, but also on Android since a few days. So have a look at it and you can install it as well. So very easy on mobile. So now I will get into clear example on how using ChatGPT and how you can go further, maybe from what you have already practiced and already know, and use some specific use case. Sometimes we don't imagine, and I can tell you that even my husband is having a lot of fun with it for a lot of different things in personal life as well. So we have some plugins to really go further with ChatGPT, and the version 4 is far more knowledgeable as well. So let's consider some example here. First thing, what about learning? Learning everything we want. Learning maybe how to use ChatGPT. Learning computer science if we want to. I can tell you I have a friend. She was a model. In 6 months, she wanted to learn computer science. I gave her a few things and she learned also with ChatGPT and she can code now. She was a model, nothing to do about it. So any sometimes limiting belief we have, ChatGPT can help us as well and support us. So we can learn physics, computer science, a new language. Actually, my husband has made a program for him to learn Spanish every day. and what is nice is that it will adapt to you. So let's take an example here. I'll put the Zoom things on the side. So let's take an example. Here I actually used ChatGPT to make the invitation for you. Of course, I adapted it because it was not what I wanted exactly. Use your voice, but use ChatGPT to gain time, okay? So I am in ChatGPT now, chat.openai.com. I go to GPT-4 if I can, because it's better. And I just use the default version. Here you will see better, you have other plugins as well that you can add on your account. But right now, for example, I will ask if, explain quantum physics if I was 10 years old. So you can adapt to your audience as well. And it will start speaking with me, okay? So for people who didn't know ChatGPT, it just answer and adapt to you and whatever you want to ask. And the more precise you are, if I make a longer prompt, it will be more adapted to what I really want. So I asked him a bit before, actually, just to be quicker, and I have a whole version here that I can use. Okay, So this was an example. We made a complete program for my husband to learn Spanish as well. Play with it. What do you want to learn? And now you can have an assistant 24 hours, 7 days per week. We can assist you on that. Ready for that? Write me in the chat what you want to learn with ChatGPT. I want to read that. So let's continue here. ChatGPT in general can do everything in text. So you can imagine everything like creative content, marketing copy. Mark does that a lot as well, I know. And blog articles, social media posts, books, training, like emails, newsletter. So you can ask him everything and adapt to the platform you use as well. For example, write a script of a YouTube video to introduce the essential of AI, for example. Or like you can actually use it to generate code. He knows how to code, he knows how to debug or something like this. I personally use it more for that. And that was my first use of GPT-1 in 2017 to assist me in building application. So like write the code, for example, for a pop-up on your website or like a form or something like this. And just move that. So a lot of different applications. So now I want to show you another example about using the plugin of ChatGPT. There's a lot of different things we can do, but when we use a plugin, we can really go further beyond the limit of ChatGPT. So there is some plugin that allow ChatGPT, for example, Webpilot will allow ChatGPT to go and read websites. So you can read a website content. AI PDF will allow ChatGPT to read a PDF or more PDF. You can even put a zip file. And Scholar AI, for example, you can give him scientific sources and file and he will analyze it for you. I want to show you the concrete example with a plugin called SEO. If you want to analyze your website SEO, for example. So let me show you how to use a plugin. And really, ChatGPT can analyze any data and insight that you may be looking for specific information on a large file or anything like this to gain time and make your life easier. So let's look at an example here on like how to use a plugin. So first thing, you will need to activate it in your account. You go to setting and beta. So in beta feature, you need to activate the plugin feature. Also, Content Interpreter is more for coding or do graph or a lot of more complex things. And you may even have another in the US, which is one for context, but I don't have it now. So I'm in Europe, I'm always having everything after you. But anyway, so here I'm choosing GPT-4, I'm choosing plugin, and here I will choose the one I want. I will show you the plugin store. If you get into the plugin store, that's the one I have installed myself. So I have AI PDF, the one to read PDF, Scholar AI to analyze scientific report, SEO, daily learning to make daily learning for Spanish, and Webpilot to read website as well. That's the main I'm using. You also have some to actually work on video transcript like YouTube's and so on here as well. So there are many of them. You are your AI Council Mastermind if you want to help you on, like thinking about different subject and everything. But let's focus on the one on SEO. So here, I want to, analyze the SEO of the website of Tony Robbins, for example. Let's go. And it will give me insight on like how I can improve the website that I'm giving him. So now it's working. I will show you an example because, the time is writing. I will show you an example here that I got for another website. And you can see here, Rob, he really look at different specifics of SEO and can help you on this, and you can keep asking questions to continue working on that and how to improve that. So that's quite useful. Of course, you have specific AI tools that go much further than this, but that's a great start. And it's free. Okay. So other example here, you can, if you have like you're a CEO or you start a new business, as a business analyst for startup online bookstore, I need you to develop a SWOT analysis. How can I get a SWOT analysis in just 2 minutes? let's get it. You know, I wrote the prompt already. And the more you're precise and give more detail, the more you can get a good answer. So here, give me a cross SWOT analysis. I specified in table format. I specified the input I wanted, and then I get the analysis. How powerful is it? Do you still need a consulting firm? No, maybe not as much. Okay, so you can spend time with that as well. So let's see as our use case as well here. What I really like for ChatGPT is you can really customize and tailor content. You can tailor your communication, your newsletter, your email response. You can really tailor what you do very quickly for each client if you want to. I will show you an example here. So let's say I have this email. It's just someone that, you know, do some marketing. I don't know her, but let's say I want to answer to her very quickly. So I just have a plugin that I install on my Google Chrome. It's called Voila, but there are many of them, and they're actually called Wrapper. I'm not sure I pronounce it well, but I can give you the reference. And here I would say, for example, please answer, I wrote it quickly, please answer that I'm not interested, with a respectful and professional tone. And here it is. It will do the email. It will take into account the name of the person and adapt to her email, because it can read my brother. Okay, so I just need to copy the email here, or I can ask anything else if I want to correct it, like, you know, make it longer. You know, let's see. Yeah, okay, let's make it longer. and then I can just take the email and copy as a response. So this type of things allow you to gain time. Okay, here it's longer. And speak about ROI and a lot of things to justify the fact I'm not interested. And I can just copy that and paste it here. And some tools actually automate it completely. Okay, so I just need to remove that actually. But anyway, you've seen the example. Other that we have, like we saw some example with even Pagan actually in an event lately. You can actually ask ChatGPT to tell a story for your kids, you know, by personalize it and say, you know, I want to construct a fairy tale bedtime story for my children. I want to focus on the importance of honesty and feature a rabbit and a lazy fox and so on. You know, you can specify everything you want. I want it to be 10 minutes, for example, and so on. So keep this example in mind, because I will show you a visual example from that afterwards. It's quite fun. So as you can see, you can do a lot of things. And actually, I have a lot of example here. I won't, you know, show you everything, but like with the code interpreter plugin that you could see before as well, if you activate it, you can do coding, you can recognize, you know, colors in a picture, it can recognize pictures, you can get analysis, like it's not here, disappeared, but you know, you can get analyze a website and summarize activity. I had finance, but it disappeared from my screen. Certainly, it's yeah. Anyway, but I had finance graph correlation analysis. You know, anything with a code interpreter, the one that you're seeing at the top. You can do many things. Here, I had to code for a form. I say what I want, the field, subscribe to a newsletter, and that's what I got. Here, very simple. You put it on your website, even if you don't have to code, it will do it for you. I had another example here. I asked him to do a website to promote Twitter. That's where I got it. So it's not very good. What I just did is I copy paste the code and I put it in an HTML file, and here's the result I'm having. It's not very good. It will progress, but that's a great start. Okay, so soon we'll be able to generate PowerPoint presentation and website very easily. We already can, but it's not so good. Okay. And this presentation, by the way, is not generated by AI, but you know, it helps. So sometimes we have some challenge when we use AI and ChatGPT, because we may think, you know, I don't know how to do prompt engineering and I'm searching for this. So as a main advice, what you can do is describe the persona of who is ChatGPT. Is he a strategy advisor? Is he a doctor? Is he a law expert? Tell him who he is and tell him which task he has to do, which steps, which context, and which format you want it to be. For example, earlier I specified I wanted a table for the SWOT analysis. And then you can provide examples as well to fine tune and have better results and really tell him what is right and what is not right. Okay. So we typically do that when we build SaaS as well, to give him more example to make sure he's doing well. Also, what one thinks about AI is that it does hallucinate, invent things. So you can really specify, be accurate, and ask for web sources. You can do with Google Board as well, and so on. And actually, when we use your API interface, we can specify the temperature if you want more or less creativity. And you're less creative to do less hallucination and invent less. That is safer as well. So I will give you a specific script if you want for that. There is a script that actually asks AI to help you on building a script, building a prompt. And it's a prompt to help you building a prompt. It will ask you questions to progressively build a prompt. I will share that with you later. It's very small here, but I will share example with you later. Now I want to go on the visual side of AI. And that's something I didn't use myself a lot. So I studied it for this presentation this weekend. And basically you can do a lot. I know Mark is using it as well. So basically you have a lot of visual AI tool. The most famous and best one is Midjourney. So look at the picture on the left 1 year ago. That's what we had for women. And the picture on the right here is today with the version of today. See how realistic it is. Amazing, right? So if you go on midjourney.com and install Discord, you will be able to play with that and produce like great design. So for example, you can ideate design and prototype. So we like cars here. Let's make a prompt to have a futuristic car. Let's do that together. So let's say I make some tests here. So for example, what I do is that we do imagine, and then it gives me the prompt here. And let's say I want a Tesla model of 2030 futuristic. I want it, which color? I don't know, blue, whatever. And, I want to have an example. And Midjourney, we start working on this. You can see the percentage here. Normally, we will start soon. So I did that earlier so that we don't have to wait. And then it gave me a few cars here. And then you can click on upscale to have a bigger picture like here. Or you can click on V2, V3 to have several variations of it. And actually you will see a picture I use in the presentation. I built it with AI for this one. I wanted a man with a robot. And I chose it. And actually at one point I gave him this picture and I asked him, so that's the link to this picture. And I asked him to change it to have more light and sun and a beach behind. Okay, so that's what I got. So you can modify pictures starting from an existing picture as well. Like here I'm using for real estate. Like for example, from an empty room, I want to add furniture. Okay, so ideas of design, website design. I started from a picture and I wanted some other idea of design. Anything like Nike, anything. And this one is for like a kid. So you remember the story for the kid? I wanted to have a picture of the kid telling a story as well. And I will show you an application of that. So I'm going back to my presentation here. Oh, actually, one example I can show you quickly as well is you can actually do happy family paint by Van Gogh, heart. So many applications. We could believe it's paint by Van Gogh. You can kind of recognize this style as well. It's quite funny. So here you have more or less an example. I just want to show you what I have from the story I got from ChatGPT. It's a children's story. and then the picture of the little child. And then I used a tool called DID. There's plenty of them to animate it in here.
Once upon a time there was a young boy, Jimmy, who lived in an old creaky house with his family.
So
Every
quite
night he
fun,
would look
right?
out.
You can make that for your kid now. So just using different tool, and in the future it will be easy all together. You know, it's evolving so quickly, but it's quite fun. So there's much more tools on that. You know, I don't want to do much time, but here with Stable Diffusion, it's also a competitor to Midjourney, so you can have great picture, like very design. Like for example, you see a shoes here, and it's like mountain with the form of the shoes. Some stuff that are really peculiar can be done with Stable Diffusion as well. You can look at Leonardo.ai. It's free for some picture per day. So feel free to have fun with that. Adobe now integrate AI as well. So you can have fun with that as well. And I show you this video. You will see what we will be able to do for film and video in the future.
Now we're stuck on this stupid
That is the original
tower in the middle of
scene.
nowhere. And I don't blame you, and now we're stuck on this stupid
Modeling without speech. Remove the speech.
stupid freaking tower in the middle
Replace
of
the
freaking
speech.
nowhere. And it's all my fault.
And now other languages.
Y es todo por mi culpa.
Spanish, Japanese, whatever. What we'll be able to do with AI. Not with one we are using, like professional tools, but that's what we will be able to do more and more. So as I said, many other tools can allow you to do different things, coding, using it as a virtual assistant. For people where we know things to integrate tools like Zapier or many others that exist, you can actually now integrate with OpenAI, which means that you can automate posts or automate newsletter like with AI as well by just integrating things together, from like your email to your site to your, you know, and trigger things automatically. And there will be more and more SaaS that are built very quickly thanks to AI. Personally, I'm playing with things like building boats on website like this. You know, you can have this and you can specify the context. You can say, you know, can I help on this to have like support from specific things. I've built a boat for my city where people, because I do Airbnb, to have my client being able to ask the boat, you know, what can I visit today? You know, I like this and this, and it will suggest some ideas because it has the knowledge of all the guides about my city. So you can imagine many things. So I hope this inspires you to, you know, try AI and use it for your personal life, have fun with it in your business. I will give you a last use case here. A French supermarket, a very large brand in France, has already integrated AI in their chatbot on their website. And for example, people can ask, you know, I don't know what to eat next week. We're a family of 4 and we are eating vegetarian and you know, organic food. And I have this budget. And the bot will make a shopping list, and on a click they can add the shopping list to the e-commerce store. It's a really big store in France who does that, and I'm sure there will be many of them. And see, you know, what you can do for yourself as well. So in what is important, I think, because there are so many things, remember about RPM. I will finish with that because I think it's really important to have an objective in mind. What do you want to do for your personal life, maybe for your family, for your business? Maybe you want to become an entrepreneur. I don't know. Maybe you want to create something. Maybe you want to create an idea, a business. Ask ChatGPT, you know, but have this outcome in mind and make a RPM strategy with that. And then from that, use the right tool that will really support you in that. Otherwise, we can really check if we can really you know, wander everywhere, check everything and lose time. So I really encourage you to have a check on that and have fun and ask for help as well. You know, you have a lot of people here, and ask ChatGPT to help you. Okay, so now we have other people here who use AI. Maybe they want to share already how they use AI, and I will take any question as well with pleasure. I will stop the